The Packers will have a first and goal. Receiver to the right, Jimmy Graham. Rodgers, quick toss in the flat, left side, got his man for the end zone, and a touchdown.
First and Goal podcast on Spreaker.com. And we're now on all your favorite platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, CastBox, Google Podcasts, Tumblr, YouTube, and SoundCloud. You can always follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod and our Facebook page, facebook.com/First and Goal Pod 33.
Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Every day I'm 3, 2, 1.
And welcome everybody to another live edition of First and Goal with me, your founder and producer, Jay in the UP. And down in Georgia, as always, your host with the most, Dave.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Jay?
Not much. Well, before we get started, I have to extend a huge thank you to my partner in crime, Dave. This podcast has been my baby since I founded it in the little radio station in 2014.
What is this? Why are you thanking me?
It's been mine, and it's been a long time to find a partner. This is our 36th episode. It's a great number because it's also the number of a great former Packer in Mr. Nick Collins.
And Leroy Butler.
I wanted everybody to know that in the summertime, my life is very hectic. And as nerdy and as much as I want to put into this, the reason it's never been consistent through the off-season is because the off-season is also my busiest time of year. I just want to say thank you to all the things that Dave has had to do and pick up in my time of not having enough time to put into it, so we can keep bringing you these episodes on a regular basis. So thank you, Dave. It's been a long time. You're a great partner. Keep up the good work. I just wanted everybody to know that it's just not the producer doing it. Dave has picked up a lot of slack of the producer work over the last few weeks, month, to keep this thing rolling as good as it's been. So, just wanted to start off by saying thank you, Dave.
You didn't have to do that. Now I'm blushing. No, I was just trying to keep the train rolling. We were gaining steam, and we still are. We've been asked to come on other shows to talk football, and it's a huge step. And actually, we're coming on another one. We're going on the Hallis Hall Brawl on September 1st. We're going to be doing an episode with them, and it'll come out Tuesday. And then that same night, we're having Hallis Hall Brawl on our show. So we're going to be doing opening week of football. A preview for Bears-Packers. Yep.
Co-shows Bears-Packers, F&G versus the Hallis Hall Brawl, except for it's not, you know what, there's one thing I can say about Bears fans. We rag on each other, we're hard on each other, but at the end of the day, there's no two more storied franchises and more respectable franchises than the entire NFL than the Bears and the Packers. So, at the end of the day, there is a borderline respect, even though there's a lot of crap talking going on, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, always. You got to have it. It's the best. That's what makes it the best rivalry, is you'll have that respect between both franchises. But, yes, of course, there will be trash talk. I'm not saying it on the show, but I'm just in general.
We're already about 5 minutes in, so let's get right to news updates so we're not late on our guest tonight. We have Brycen, who covers the Pack.
News updates.
So hit it, Dave.
All right.
News updates.
Yes, sir. We actually got a couple big ones. Josh Gordon got reinstated. That's kind of a biggie. That makes the Patriots wide receiver room depth go boom. So we can talk about that with Brycen a little later on to dig into that. And then also another Patriots news nugget that I found, Edelman and Demaryius Thomas were both on the practice field. So now you have Gordon, Demaryius Thomas, and Julian Edelman available for the Patriots on their receiving room. Good Lord. Brady has won Super Bowls with less talent at wide receiver. Now they just gave him, I mean, we all know what Edelman is. Demaryius Thomas was solid with Peyton. Now he goes to one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best to ever play the game. And then you give him Josh Gordon, who, if you can get him back to his mental state when he was in Cleveland, good Lord.
Harris to that.
Damian Harris, Maurice Morris, you have Benjamin Watson coming back in week 5. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you have quite a bit, and I mean, you still have Sony Michel there, James White. Give me a break. Like, Bill Belichick has weapons galore this year, and I can't wait. I'm going to say this for Brycen. I'm going to wait to talk about it in a little bit. One big thing I did want to talk about on the news, I'm sorry to hear the passing of Cedric Benson. He died in a motorcycle accident a couple nights ago, and he was a former Bears, Packer, and Bengal. His career didn't live up to, I guess, what he came out of college as. He had a couple years with the Bears, but every NFL player this dude played with had respect for him. Like, Rodgers came out with an Instagram post, Chad Johnson, the whole board of players that played for this guy.
That being said, like we do with all the, I know he wasn't necessarily a Packer legend, but a moment of silence.
He was still a Packer, NFL player.
Right.
Respect.
So, moment of silence for Mr. Cedric Benson. Rest in peace. Proud cheer for Mr. Cedric Benson. Things didn't work out the way he wanted, but he was a great, great player. I thought his career was cut a little short, though, but he was a great player, and I was sad to hear because he is exactly only about 7 months older than I am. So young guy. Sad to hear that he
was drafted in the same class as Rodgers was.
Yes, he was. Same draft.
Yep. That's just, you never know when it's going to happen, and it's so, like, saddening because the guy did so much off the field, and to lose that to, like, the communities he always spent time in and the children's hospitals he went to, this guy did a lot, and it's going to be felt for his loss. But actually, I came up with an idea, Jay, that I think all 3 teams that had him play for them, I think they should wear a CB patch on their jersey, or like a helmet or something, just representing him. I know like I said, I know he wasn't like this amazing running back, but still, it's just what he did for the team overall. When he came to the Packers, he taught a lot of guys what it meant to be an NFL player on and off the field, and I think it goes a long way.
I just felt like he got frustrated with his situation of bouncing around teams and not having any stability and the injuries. Because before he got injured, he was still a very good player, even though he was getting a little older. Because he didn't have the wear and tear that most NFL backs at his age had on him, even though he had all the production that he had as a Bengal and such. But I thought he still could have came back and still been productive for a couple more years. So I was a little disappointed to see him retire and go out the way he did. And then to hear the news the other day was just, I guess it's kind of surreal when you hear somebody that young pass away like that so suddenly. So moving on, I guess,
it's very saddening. But I think people are going to remember him. They already have when they found out the news. I was shocked because I'm 31. It's right around the corner from me. I know it was only a little bit off of your age too. But moving on, Antonio Brown has finally found a helmet. I had to drop a funny one after Benson's news, but yeah, Antonio Brown has found a helmet, and he was at practice for the 2nd consecutive day. So the Raiders have AB back on the train tracks, ready to roll.
I don't understand this whole helmet thing with him. You'd think you'd just like, okay, the whole league is going that way. Get over it and move on. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, Brady came out and said something too, but Brady, I mean, went and said one thing and then he was fine. Like, he literally found the helmet and he was good. Another thing, too, big news out of Washington. They came out and said they're going to start Case Keenum over the rookie, Dwayne Haskins. And Haskins has gotten a lot of good reviews in preseason and training camp. I guess they're going to let him learn. I'm just shocked they did that because like Keenum was possibly getting talked about trading.
This just feels like
Dan Schneider. It is. Dan Schneider is an old school owner. He wants people to sit because I think he's also afraid, and I can't blame him on this. Remember what happened to RG3? RG3.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Dwayne Haskins is not RG3. Dwayne Haskins.
We know he's not. I'm just talking about the formality of it.
But I think the biggest thing is that Washington's biggest problem isn't who the hell's going to play quarterback. It's how do you not fix a problem? You cannot go find left tackles. I don't care where you want to rank Trent Williams. He is one of the top tackles in the league, top 10. No matter where you want to rank him, he's somewhere in the top 10, guys. And those guys don't grow on trees. You can't just trade this guy and get another player of his caliber to come in. That's what baffles me about this. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. They're all going to end up on the dang IR before week 10 if they don't have their left tackle Williams in their plan. So whatever they need to do to fix the situation, fire the doctors, whatever, they need to do something. I mean, because it's getting asinine at this point. Because he's that good of a player, and left tackles in a passing league that display his abilities over the consistency that he's had, you better go fix that. Like, soon.
Yep. Big time. Well, you know what? I'm just excited about it. I can't really avoid it. We got to get Brycen on.
All right. Well, that means it is time to go to break, and we're actually a little bit early today, so that's a different change. So we're going to take a break, folks, and we'll get Brycen on to talk some Pats.
I've been grinding so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Now.